Hey guys, Aaron Wilson. I'm at NRG Stadium, and the Texans take on the winless Titans, 2 0-3 teams on Sunday. I would expect the tenor of this game to be a little bit desperate. Both teams in the division and winless and looking for their first victory of the season. So let's go over the Texans' offense, because I think that's the big topic. You look at, where does the offense stand? The offensive line, C.J. Stroud. Wide receiver issues, running game abandoned, and kind of try to get to where are the opportunities for improvement and what can they do about this. You guys heard from Nick Caley saying they don't just copy paste the old Patriots playbook. Glad to hear that. Already knew that. Didn't have to have him tell me that for me to be aware, but I think for some that have wondered and saw Todd Bowles' comment that it's the Patriots, it is Patriots style. That is where Nick Caley, it's kind of the most of his influence as a coach, working with Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels and Tom Brady. So, remember, he coached Rob Gronkowski, but they don't have Rob Gronkowski on this roster. They don't have a guy like that. So they have to get it done other ways. Going over everything, I'll start with the quarterback. The quarterback is not unhappy with the offensive coordinator. They're all unhappy with the output. There is no big festering drama here. It's general unhappiness with and I say this for everyone that's associated with the organization, that they're scoring 12.7 points per game. That they're now 0 for 4 in the red zone. They haven't even been in the red zone 5 times, guys. And they've got 0 touchdowns. They're the only team in the NFL that doesn't have a red zone touchdown. This is a historically anemic offense. It's got to get better. So for Stroud, he's made some plays. He's also made some mistakes. There's some throws he'd like to have back. He has gone to DeMeco Ryans and said, I have to play better. So he's raising his hand and saying, I have to play better. I would say that's right. And a big thing he can do to improve is to get the football out of his hand faster. The clock will tell you. Sometimes he holds the ball a little bit too long, looking for something. One of the reasons why is the receivers don't gain separation. The separation has not been there. Nico Collins creates separation, but a lot of these other guys do not create any separation. They're just stuck to their defensive back that's assigned to covering them. And then the bunching, that is something that BDN fans have been right about, the bunch formations, but bunching too much. There are situations where one defensive back could have covered 3 of the Texans receivers. They were that close together. I'm told that's being addressed, and they're working on that as far as spacing. It's spatial awareness. It's not just the way they give you the route. It's how you run the route. It's how you interpret the route. How do you read the defense? This isn't an easy playbook to learn. You have to be really, really sharp to absorb it, all the nuances. I thought they would have a little more of Rams concepts, but it is ultimately, it's New England style. And I apologize, I'm so congested. I apologize for my voice. Hopefully it gets a little bit better by Sunday. I actually feel better. I'm getting healthier, guys. I'm working on it. I am not questionable. I am probable. In fact, I'll say it. I'm full participation. Derek Stingley Jr., he practiced today, sort of. He worked on the side while we were there. After we left, who knows? But it was limited. And they're preparing Tremont Smith to start. And the thinking is that it would be better for Stingley to have this week to get his oblique healthy and get him back to something resembling full strength for a big game against the Baltimore Ravens. So I think they can beat the Titans without Stingley. Tremont Smith has had a good season. He's only given up 5 passing yards in limited action. He's done his job. He's one of the fastest guys on the defense, along with Jalen Smith and Derek Stingley Jr., and then on offense, Jalen Knoll. So, yeah, he can run. And he's a good kick returner, too. So they'll have to move some things around because they won't have him for kick returns. Could be Braxton Berrios is up in addition to Jalen Knoll. That's one thing they can do. I don't necessarily think they'll change dramatically at running back, but British Books might be up because Jakob Johnson is on injured reserve with a hamstring injury. And then the good news, Nico Collins and Jake Andrews and Titus Howard, all full participation. Nico Collins had a mild knee injury. Titus Howard had an illness, the same illness I got, but he looked good. He participated fully today, and he practiced 2 days in a row. And then with Andrews to be full participation with that sprained ankle he had from the Rams game, that's a positive development because they got to get Jeffrey Simmons blocked. Everybody's asking me about left guard. Is Juice Scruggs going to start? I was told their decision is still being made, and the possibility exists of a rotation again between Laken Tomlinson and Juice Scruggs. So there has been no benching yet, or maybe there won't be, of Laken Tomlinson. So we'll see how they choose to make that decision, but it's still being formulated. So we'll see how they go forward with the offensive line. Other than that, the tackles will be the same. Ariante Ursary, left tackle. Titus Howard, right tackle. Right guard, Ed Ingram. Center, of course, Jake Andrews. So we're watching left guard. So these are a couple of the late developing things here with the Texans as they prepare for this matchup against Cam Ward, the top overall pick in the draft, and a Titans offense that's changing play calling. So no more Brian Callahan as the play caller, the head coach. In Bo Hardigray, former is the quarterback's coach and former interim offense coordinator for the Las Vegas Raiders. So there'll be a little bit different flavor. They won't change the playbook, in 1 week. What they'll do is they'll probably speed things up and try to get the ball quickly out of the hands of Cam Ward. So looking at the Titans offense, there's a lot of respect for Tony Pollard. He is a more physical runner than he looks like. He's a speed guy. He's a good complementary back when he was behind Ezekiel Elliott. He's a good player. So they've got Calvin Ridley, Tyler Lockett, Alik Ayobanor, sorry. He is developed as a good target for him. And then tight end Chig Okonkwo. On the left tackle, Dan Moore Jr., solid player. And Peter Skoronski, that left guard. Lloyd Cushenberry, center. Right guard, Kevin Zeitler. Some of the Texans, fans wanted to sign. They didn't explore that. J.C. Latham, right tackle. So solid offense, but they don't put up numbers. They're one of the worst offenses, just like the Texans. I mean, this may be a serious defensive battle where there's not a lot of scoring, guys. You have to be prepared for that possibility. And then look at the Titans' defense. Sebastian Joseph Day, James Lynch, Jeffrey Simmons. That's the front. Lynch is tough to budge. Baylor guy, very strong. Arden Key, Draymond Jones, the outside backers. Inside Cedric Gray, Cody Barton. Barton's got a good nose for the football. Corner, Darrell Baker Jr. Nickel, Roger McCreary. L'Jarius Sneed. L'Jarius Sneed says he wants all the smoke. Wants Nico Collins. See how that goes for him. Said who? Didn't know who Nico Collins was. A day later, Tony Oden, their secondary coach, tried to put the toothpaste back in the tube. I think too late. So I don't think Nico needs anything to get himself fired up. But I would say that, yeah, you might have opened up a hornet's nest. See how that goes. Good matchup coming. L'Jarius Sneed, Nico Collins. Tune in. So for the Texans offense, how are they going to manufacture some points? If they can avoid some of these first down penalties, they're the most penalized team on first down in the NFL. That continues to put them behind the 8 ball with these second and long, third and longs, and compounds the problems of the offense, which is they're not much of a running team. They're not in a great rhythm passing-wise. I mean, there's only a couple of ways to move the football, right? Run it or pass. And the balance, not always there. And the flow, chemistry, timing, not there. At some point, it's got to look better. It's got to get better. Cut out the penalties, cut out the turnovers. The chances of winning increases with the kind of defense the Texans have, even if they don't have Derek Stingley Jr. on Sunday. So there's a chance that happens, that there's no Stingley. I like I said before, I think that's likely. But they'll have Will Anderson Jr., they'll have Danielle Hunter, and they get after the quarterback. Tim Settle Jr., I haven't talked about him much lately. Come off a really good football game. Played very well against the Jaguars. High grades. Aziz Al-Shire, good linebacker. Harry To'oTo'o, got to make those tackles, missed 2 tackles. EJ Speed, starting to make his move a little bit. Kamar Lassiter will lead the secondary without the likely out of Derek Stingley Jr., Jalen Petrie, nickel, Caleb Bullock, and MJ Stewart as the safeties. I think MJ he'll play okay. One thing I thought he did too much of in the preseason was bite on some fakes and left the corners out to dry. So he's got to help over the top. That's got to be where it needs to be. But overall, a real winnable game, and I'll go ahead and predict it. They win this football game. I don't know by how many points, but they're going to get a win. They're going to be 1-3 after Sunday here in this building at RG Stadium. And I don't know how exciting it'll be or if it's going to change anyone's mind about the state of the franchise. They certainly did not expect to be 0-3, but here's where they are. I think the Texans have a chance to turn things around, but they've got to start getting that done very, very soon, or the season will slip away. It is definitely a crossroads, an early season crossroads, but a crossroads nonetheless for the Texans. And they're going to be judged on their record. 0-4, unfathomable how that would feel for them to be 0-4. Heading into a Baltimore game, they will not be favored to win, whether they win or lose on Sunday, regardless of that outcome. Here's my prediction. I need some cough syrup. I'll feel a little bit better. Need that, a little more sleep. Got to rest up for Sunday. Guys, we'll see if there's somebody that merits a video on Saturday, or I'll just kind of give you guys some more content in a different type of way. Got some other stuff I've got cooked up as well. So I want to leave you with this. It helps the channel a lot. The subscriptions have been great, but watching and joining the member club, that helps even more. To support the channel, support what I'm doing in terms of coverage and everything, in addition to KPRC too, so my expanded YouTube presence this year. So yeah, guys, all I ask is, just watch and give me a listen. There's lots of channels, lots of great channels, and we're one of them. We are a large channel too. We're at 17,500 subscribers. The goal is to get to 20,000 as fast as I can. And for any investors out there, people that might want to advertise, my DMs are open. You can reach me via Twitter/X or on Instagram at AaronWilson7128. So yeah, let's make this even bigger and better channel with some more business associated with it. So yeah, that's my shout out to anybody that wants to get more involved. But yeah, there are memberships available to purchase, subscriptions, as well as just anybody that's looking for a good business opportunity to promote your business, perhaps one with a Houston focus. So all ears on something like that. And don't necessarily have to have that, but I think it'd be very nice to complement what I'm doing with some great sponsors. So definitely hit me up. I'm open for business. And yeah, guys, of course, I'm on AaronWilson_NFL for Twitter, KPRC2 Television, www.click2houston.com, and Instagram, AaronWilson7128, but most of all here, Aaron Wilson Sport. So yeah, please check out the channel. And until next time, guys, and I promise I will work on the voice, work on my cadence and congestion, all those things. So yeah, I'll get healthy. And it's a long season ahead of us, so let's stick with it and see what happens. We don't know what's going to happen next with this team. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Johnson and what the vibe was? Were you surprised?
Yeah, I was a little surprised. Obviously when any of my teammates get released or let me go, like it's always tough. But that's the nature of the business. So it's all about moving forward and getting this win against Tennessee.
There were reports of maybe like some chemistry issues. Did you see any of that?
Not necessarily. Every time I had any encounter with CJ, it was always, welcoming, and he always had good energy. A lot of the things that people, see on TV, the fired upness, like all of that, that's the notion that I got from CJ.
You, as one of the guys that they call upon to be a leader, do you take it upon yourself to kind of rally the guys or get back on track when something like this happens?
Not necessarily. I'm just trying to keep the main thing, like I said, making sure that we're focused on Tennessee. So, if you see that as rallying the guys, but I see that as, just the process that we go into each week. So, like I said, just worried about, moving forward and trying to get a win.
What kind of challenge is it when a guy like that has been a part of the defense for months now and all of a sudden he's not available? What kind of challenge is that?
It definitely is a little bit of a challenge, but we have a lot of guys in this locker room that are very capable, and so like I said, it's just about understanding what we have going into the game and overall just executing.
Hey Jalen, Cam Ward, what do you see from him on the tape? What are some of the challenges of this young quarterback?
Yeah, dynamic playmaker that can make all of the throws. There's a reason why he was a top pick, and gonna be a good challenge for us come Sunday.
With both teams not having a win yet, do you think that changes the atmosphere a little bit because both teams want something and only one's going to get it?
It's crazy that you said that. I didn't even know that they haven't won yet, but I know we're hungry for a win, so I bet they are as well.
With a guy like MJ behind you guys, who's played a lot in the system, you think that maybe helps with his experience in the system and his value that he can bring back?
Oh yeah, for sure. MJ's locked in. He knows what it takes, and I'm excited to be able to play with him on Sunday. I know it's gonna be fun. Spent a lot of time with MJ, so looking forward to it.
Appreciate you.
Challenge. I only played one game so far, but challenge. I would say just like you said, just staying ready. It's hard, because you don't know when that time's gonna come, but when it comes, you got to be ready. So I would say been the biggest challenge so far, but really I haven't really faced too many challenges. Only played a game so far, so I'm sure there's gonna be something that comes.
When I say challenge, maybe let me rephrase it, just in terms of being able to get more reps and be a part of the rotation.
Really just staying ready, man. Just knowing that every day just prepares to start. If you prepare to start every day, you're gonna be fine.
How about Simmons? You guys have seen him before.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the special challenges of getting him blocked?
He's a good player, man. I would say probably one of the better 3 techs in the league for sure. You just gotta bring your A game, because you know what he's coming with every play, and you just gotta match it,
How are you? Matt Burke was singing your praises. Felt like you played very well. How did you feel about your performance once you got in the game against the Jaguars?
Well, I felt pretty good and confident, with Steen going down. Of course, that's not what we want, but it's my job to be a pro and just be ready, even though I might have not got the reps during the week. It's just that's part of my job, being a pro.
And an expanded role. I remember when this happened with Dallas game, actually, specifically Dak Prescott, and you had your hands on the ball a lot. Did that give you confidence having that previous experience as a full-time guy to be able to take that to Sunday?
Yes, that's definitely in the back of my mind. Just being able to, I know I'm capable of going to make any plays on the ball. So just going out there and just practice. Just putting what I practice to the field and just make sure it translates and I'll be fine.
Last one from me. Who's the fastest on the roster? Is it you, Jalen Smith, maybe
Jalen Smith giving me a run for my money. He got the highest speed right now. Well, actually K3 does. So we top 3 for sure. So we ain't gonna get onto the offensive side. That's for them to figure it out.
What was it? Right when you got out there, they challenged you and you held up nicely. Is that kind of like a confidence boost? Is that something that you kind of expect, given the fact that you're going to be opposite Kamari, that they might kind of challenge you?
Yeah, you just got to know we got one of the top corners, if not the top corner in the league, go down. So you got to know if you coming off the bench next, you got to know they're going to attack you. That's just the offensive mindset. So I just took that mindset from the offense and just was very aware.